explain a couple things that I've been noticing with some of your files from last week. And it seemed like there was some confusion on where the original brand logo file is for accessing the logos. So I had posted, I believe on Tuesday, here the actual file. So it's an AI file, a native Illustrator file. And this can be found, and there's a link down here, the course link, in 1-3 Journal Client's Choice. So you just kind of click on, I think it says brand logo, and you'll just kind of access it here. So go ahead and download. This is the same file that you'll notice in here. So go ahead and click on that, and then when you do, it will open up in Illustrator, and it'll look like this. This is Illustrator. So whichever client you decided to do, this is the logo that you're going to access. So you shouldn't be, taking screenshots or, copying and pasting a screenshot into your work. You should be taking it from here. This is the actual logo that's the original file that you need to place into your document. So I'm going to do a file new because I have one more thing that I wanted to cover. And I'm just going to make a new document here. And let's just pretend this is a table tent. Oops. So let's do, a typical table tent is 5 by 7's good. Let's do 7 by 5. And let me do, it's inches, looks good. My artboards are kind of funky right now, so I have to go and change my artboards. Go to artboards, rearrange artboards. And I actually only need one artboard for now, so I'm going to delete this one. And let's change this to be 5 by 7. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so let's say this is the table tent, and I'm doing pasta amore. I'm going to do a copy, so a Command C, and go to your table tent artboard and do a Command V, and that'll paste it right in there. Now, what I noticed with some of your work is that some of you are distorting the logo. And this happens when you go to try to resize it and you accidentally pull or drag these guidelines down here, these boxes here, without holding down the shift key, so your actual frame. If you hold the shift key down and just drag your corner bounding box out or in, with the shift key held in, you'll see that it's actually proportionately resizing it, okay? So that's kind of what you want. If it's stretched in any way or, distorted in any way, it's going to degrade from the actual brand because you're not seeing it the same way all the time, okay? So make sure you're not distorting your logo. Let's see here. Same with this one. Okay, if you need to resize, another option, if you don't want to do the shift and pulling in or out, scaling wise, what you can do is select your logo, go over to the toolbox, and you can hit S on your keyboard to find this tool right away, and it's the scale tool, and you just double click on it, and the scale tool panel will come up, and you'll just choose uniform because you want it to be uniformly scaled. Make sure scale, strokes, and effects are also checked. That kind of makes sure that your lines or any type of line that's included is also scaled down, so that, you don't have a thicker line but everything else downsizes, so it all uniformly downsizes together. And then you can go ahead and check your percentage in there. You can hit preview to see what it looks like before you actually commit to it, so that if that needs to be changed, you can definitely go ahead and change that, and then click OK. So that's another option too. All right, so just make sure that you're not distorting the logos. The same goes for type. If you are, having a type box here, and you're a trick with this, if you're actually going to set copy, so more than a few words, take your type tool and drag the box out the width and the height that you need it to be. And when you actually type in here, you can actually pull the box in or out without distorting it. Now, if you didn't do that and you just clicked one time with your type tool and you were typing something, and then you took your selection tool and you tried to stretch it out so that it would fit in your frame, look how it distorts the type. Okay, so that's the difference on how you set type. You really want to make sure, if it's a headline, you can just click on here and do this type, this type of a type treatment here. But know that if you want to size this, you either have to hold the shift key down and pull it out, or take the type tool and actually select the type and change the type in your character box here. If you don't want to worry about that, and you just want to make sure that you want to make sure that type is easy to fit within your type box, just click and drag your type box out, and then type in your headline. You can resize it and have your box. This typically is for body copy, so that you can let me go back here. So if you had more than one word and it was a sentence or two sentences, you could actually adjust this without it actually distorting. Okay, so that's kind of a trick there. Anytime you see kind of a red box appear, you notice how this little red box appears down here, it just is telling you, hey, you have more copy here, but it's not showing in this type box because it's too small, it's not fitting. So if I were to drag this down to where it would see, you would see it, then this little red box would disappear. So just make sure that you're, not seeing that little red box, that you see all your type whenever you're laying out your type. All right, well, I hope this helps.